someone capable of removing the mummy rot would be down in Bryn Shander. You are currently in Lonely Wood, near where the elves' resting place was. So you've got 15 or so miles to cover. And that's where that part of the problem will pick up. Now, along with that, you did find Revisen's journal. The Druids Journal did describe her rebirth as a follower of Auril. Caught in a blizzard, she and her sister disturbed the elven dead in an attempt to build a shelter. The sister did die, but Revisen was spared. Revisen desecrated the elven dead, raising them as mummies to protect her new lair. Auril tasked Revisen to bring woe to the 10 towns for disturbing one of the Frostmaiden's most prized works. Revisen is quite obviously crazy. Her journal is not exactly structured well, so perhaps additional investigation and trying to piece together the odd tidbits written in could provide information. But I don't know that you have a whole ton of time to sort that out. Now, crossing the 15 miles or so you have between Lonely Wood and Bryn Shander is a bit of a trick, because you're going to want to do that probably at quite some speed. We've had interesting times before. Your travel time on foot with snowshoes is 1/2 mile per hour. So you would need roughly 30 hours of travel. You can put in 8 hours of travel a day, no worries. You can up that to 12 with a chance of exhaustion. You can up that to 24 with absolutely getting exhaustion.
Now, our extensive knowledge of mummy rot, would that allow us to know that perhaps mummy rot would not influence the recovery of exhaustion?
Mummy rot. Grilka doesn't have any. She doesn't seem winded or tired. She just seems like she keeps bleeding and bits of her fall off.
It's okay. Just a little bit of scotch tape.
She's rotting from the inside and outside at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, her breath's gotten real bad.
Better.
My vote is exhaustion. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's yes, I agree.
Okay.
That's
Casey,
So, yeah.
my token crawled into my mouth and I ate it. Can I have another one? I accidentally deleted it.
Your token?
My worm crawled into my mouth and I ate it. Can I have another one? No, Ralph. Put your head on the desk and sleep. Oh boy, sleep. That's from a Viking. For those of you less than 35, you ask your parents what that reference.
Maybe I'll give you a token back.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
Right now, we're going to start you off on the big map. You should be able to see the Overland Map. We are starting out in Lonely Wood, and we will use the Grilka icon.
Yes.
As Grilka is the current issue. So, are we going for 12 hours or 24 hours of travel on this day one?
I'm going 24. Let's do it.
Gonna go big? Okay.
Go big. I mean, let's see what the party wants. Party?
Yeah, no, I wanna.
Grilka's off for going.
Yeah,
Let's
get
go.
there.
All right. It is go, go, go. So I will need 3 D12s. You would prefer not to see a 1 on any of these D12s.
I will do one. It'll let me.
Bort starting off with Grilka.
Oh.
No,
You
Grilka.
said you
That's okay.
wanted
Grilka's
a
had
one,
a tough
right?
day.
You said you wanted a 1.
I mean, I wanted a 1. You probably didn't. Okay, so the trip to Tourmaline goes well. The trip down to Targos goes reasonably well. As you set off on the third leg, trying to push all the way to Bryn Shander, you start to run into trouble. And what is that trouble? Oh, it is getting wet. As you continue along, trudging through, you manage to fall into some river area. Can I see each of the party members please give me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw? If you have immunity or resistance to cold, ignore this request. Bort.
Oh, poor Bort.
Bort.
Bort. Oh no.
Okay. I think as you discover the river, Bort just jumps in and allows the others to walk across his shoulders, taking the brunt of it.
What a nice
Bort,
guy. Yeah.
At the end of the 24 hours, you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Jeez
Everyone
Louise.
else has 1. You've got 6 hours of travel remaining to get to Bryn Shander. It is so close, but it is all uphill from here. It'll take you the second day to get there, so you've only needed to spend 1 night out in the wild. That means Grilka is going to suffer 3 d6s from the maximum hit points. Grilka, 14 points
That's
reduced.
permanent, right?
That is permanent for the moment. Once the
How they-
remove curse spell is cast, you get those back.
You're fine.
And we're hoping that that's going to happen.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right, we've got 1 more day to go. We've got 1 more D12 to make it. You are currently have someone in the party suffering 2 levels of exhaustion. So there's an important question. Do you stick together or do you leave someone behind?
Leave Bort behind. Bort is fine.
Ooh, Bort.
Nah.
Because Bort's speed is halved, which means you would need to travel for 12 hours if you wanted to try and get there in 1 day with Bort.
How heavy is Bort?
Bort
Even
is
being
heavy.
carried, his speed halves whoever carries him. His feet drag behind in some ridiculous fashion. Beard gets caught on stuff.
Can't leave him
Yeah.
behind.
Bort is
Well,
thick
she's
with 6
strong.
C's.
She can carry him.
No. That
I am
Good.
also strong. We strong together.
no. Leave Bort's fine. Bort will make it there.
Bort will make
You
it
guys
there?
go. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If not, Bort will be Nart in another character. I'm not married to Bort, so
Okay. All right. So, is the party leaving Bort behind, or is the party, slow walking for Bort's?
I feel like
I mean,
Can't leave
12
Bort by
hours
himself.
is enough time to get there. She's not dying.
12
well, why
hours
don't-
would get you there. You'd be risking 1 more level of exhaustion if you're traveling 12 hours today, or you could split it up over 2 days.
so. I know this is sacrilegious, but perhaps we split the party.
Dun dun dun.
With the party, how exactly?
Well, I think it's an imperative that we get Grilka back to civilization to get her healed. And it's clear that Bort needs some help. So I think we stick to a buddy system.
One of us and the
Mhm.
down.
Correct.
hey Casey.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's not an illogical thought process.
I'm sure it's totally safe and Casey isn't frothing at the mouth right now.
No, it's completely safe. Very low risk.
What
Alright,
would happen if Bort suffered a 3rd level of exhaustion? Would he die? Or is that like
No, it's like level six.
Level 3 exhaustion is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
okay?
Level 4 is hit point maximum halved.
Yeah.
Level 5 is speed reduced to 0. Level 6 is death. So you still got a gracious 4 levels before death.
Oh, let's go then. Let's go. I thought I was on the brink of death. Okay, let's go.
Okay, how about Cookie and Grilka go ahead? Ree will walk slowly with Bort because Ree kind of knows this area, is used out and weather, and can protect him.
It's good. For the Cookie and Grilka team that only need to do 6 hours of travel, could I have a D12 you would like to not see a 1? That is solid. For that day that you spend traveling, roll 3d6. So the second day, Grilka, you take another 11 points from your hit point maximum, so your total reduction is 25, and you are in Bryn Shander. Bump, bump.
Casey, I'm so sorry. Did we level last time? And
we did.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
you should be. There should be a
the full level.
Level
right?
4, correct?
Okay.
What? Bort? What's wrong with you, Bort?
Bort. I like how in Twitch my icon is just the name Bort.
Well, I didn't have time to do the overlay.
I like it. I like
Bort,
it.
So it's fine.
I like it.
Don't
No,
care.
I like it. I like it better than the icon. Keep it like that.
So, giant Bort.
Not doing something.
Bort back here. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Keep it.
All right. So, Team Bryn Shander, let's try and resolve you real quick. On the first day, as you arrive in town, you go to seek out the temple. You attempt to convince them to help you. I need to see your preference of a religion or a persuasion to get in ahead of the line and convince them that, yes, you are falling apart at the seams. Who would like to make that roll, and which roll have you chosen?
Do I have advantage because I literally probably look like I'm falling apart at the seams?
That's often a disadvantage for charisma.
I have performance.
I'm willing to say you could help one another out if you're willing to put the dice behind one of your 2 attempts.
Let me see what I have. So you want a persuasion or religion?
I'm thinking persuasion or religion to get in there. You can either each try one or the other, or you can help one another on one attempt.
I can persuade if
Yeah, I can help
you
you.
want to help.
Of course.
I am tempted to use my actual shiny rocks because I don't trust Roll20 when things are important.
This is a wise decision.
Shiny math rocks employed.
Natural 20 on the very first roll.
Natural 20.
Plus
that will
5.
get you in line.
25.
And let's see here. They will charge you 150 gold pieces for this service.
Yikes.
Does the party have 150 gold pieces to offer?
I have 35.
I have 20. If I make it there alive, they're yours.
So we can say you would have gathered up funds and sent them ahead if necessary. Does the party have that much to gather?
Do we? Because I don't. I think this includes money we had gotten along the way. I don't remember if there was anything else we had gotten.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, will they take trinkets or rare?
Offer of services to smash enemies.
Oh yeah, they'll be happy to open you a line of credit. And the little bit of an extension on the normal line of credit is, and if this should not be repaid, you go in the ballot box ahead of me. So that's become a very popular thing amongst the town folk, is getting in line behind other people should it become time to draw for humanoid sacrifices. How much are you able to come up with, so I know how much debt you will need to repay?
You can have my 20.
I'm still reeling from this Roll20 attack that happened on me last time. I don't have anything on my sheet, so I couldn't tell you.
That's a very poor party at the
Well,
moment.
we got money from something. Cause like I know I had my starting gold, and then I added like I think 10 gold to it, or 20 gold, because my starting gold was not 35.
Didn't someone give us 90 gold for killing the moose or the moose adventure or something like that?
I believe there were
I think
some small rewards.
that was what it was from, and we split it between everybody.
Yeah, that's where I think I got my 20 from.
You should have had starting gold at least.
Spend a lot of time up in the frozen north, money starts seeming unimportant. And then all of a sudden, comes round. Ba-da-ba-bum. Nimsy Huddle was willing to pay you 100 gold pieces for the moose's head. And so I will say of the 5 party members, each received 20. So the minimum you should have if you haven't spent anything would be 20 gold.
Yep.
And then you would have your background cash from there. So, Grilka, as you work that out, just let me know how much money you come up with so I know how much the debt remaining is. And now let's kick back over to our good friends still out in the snow. Now you have 2 options. You can risk exhaustion, double timing it for 12 hours, or continuing on for 12 hours. Or you can take it over 2 days. Which choice are you making there?
Wait,
What do you think?
So you can either continue traveling for 12 hours, risking exhaustion, or you can travel over 2 days and make it there without risk of exhaustion.
to go slow and avoid, yeah?
Go slow and avoid.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
So for teams still in the snow, I need 2 D12s. You would prefer not to see a 1 on either of those 2.
I'll do 1. Oh, D12. You're roll 20. You are perilously close.
Oh my god, I saw the 1.
I think I'm gonna start breaking out Sin's dice that she sent me a couple years back,
Jesus.
just in case.
And with that, the party assembles in Bryn Shander. The mummy rot fading away, and another day passing. Let me go ahead and update my little doodad here. I believe we are
Right.
about 14 days away.
We're 190, 191 on the days.
You're 196 on the day.
196. Christ. Okay.
So
210 is the next sacrifice.
So we had enough money, so she didn't have to get in.
I
line?
don't. So you would be able to come up with 100 just from that reward if no one had spent any money. I'm waiting to hear from Grilka how much has been assembled.
If everyone gives anything and she gives all she has, it'd be 135.
Okay. You could take mine. Take my 20.
Sure. I mean, it's not like I have it on my sheet anyway.
Okay.
Sure.
Sounds good. All right. So the party is pretty broke at this point. And there is 15 gold pieces of debt outstanding to the temple in Bryn Shander. And you've got a lien on your tavern, on your inn, with the ruling folks there, but that'll get resolved any moment there. And actually, you could probably have taken care of that on the day that you were waiting for your friends to catch up. Exhaustion does take a little while to fade away, though. So you're probably going to be spending 2 days in Bryn Shander, letting that fade, during which time you will get the information that we had here in our leads. 2 things going on based on the research you were doing. The first one, as you were starting to look about for rumors of the Arcane Brotherhood, is that the Goliaths of Wormdoom Crag have seen sign that one of the great bones is ready to harvest, and they will be creating a new batch of dragon bone stew. Overeager arcane researcher Danica Greysteel has already rushed off to Wormdoom Crag to partake in the festivities and investigate the rumors that the stew acts as a potion of cold resistance, possibly a brand new way to create potions from the bones of white dragons. Additionally,
And I didn't know about this.
you have
This
So-
seems incredible.
So this is one of those things that you have been waiting for. One of the reasons you may have come to the north. But the Goliaths of Wormdoom Crag fought and overcame a white dragon many years ago. The carcass of the white dragon has been sitting outside of their establishment. At certain times, the Goliaths decide that one of the bones is ready, and they bring it in. They crack it open. The delicious marrow stews, and they create dragon bone stew. It hasn't happened since you've been up here. This is the first time you've heard about it taking place, and now that opportunity presents itself to you. Additionally, the speaker, Duvessa Shane, is impressed by your efforts. They sign off that the lien is no longer against your inn. You managed to go to the prison and return without causing a international incident. There are rumors that Caer Dineval, away to the east, may be having trouble with the Arcane Brotherhood, but Duvessa can't do much about it. Speaker Cranach, who runs Caer Dineval, has not officially requested any assistance or support, but if you happen to go in that direction, as free individuals and adventurers might, and stumble across trouble and take care of it, someone might be able to thank you, but she can't authorize a payment or a mission or anything like that. So you're on your own if you choose to. Those are the two things that over the course of the 2 days or so of recovery and rest you would gather. Any research that you would like to do or otherwise, it is now day 197. Everyone is fully healed, no exhaustion, all good. But it's only 13 days to the first sacrifice.
I mean, I got nothing. Yeah.
Of the places to be and places to go. I didn't point to where the 2 places are. Hang on a moment here. Objects and tokens. All right. From where you are in Bryn Shandir to Caer Dineval, you're going to come down here following the roadway. Up here, you've got about a 16-mile trip. However, Wormdoom Crag is way out there. You're going to be cutting way across the open lands. A 50 to 55-mile trip, much of it not on the roadways.
I'm getting me some of this stew.
Where are the Goliaths at? The
Can you see my arrow currently?
no.
It
Try it
was
again.
there, then it was gone.
All right, let's try that again. Goliaths are
Zoom out.
way over
Yeah.
here.
That's a long way to travel for stew, bro.
I mean, what
it's-
else do you have to going on?
I mean, to get a
Stop it.
potion of cold resistance.
Well, that's where we may go.
But
That's stew.
we could ask the Goliaths if they are having trouble too, and if they are going to kill people for this goddess. Or
The
if it is
stew,
just here.
bro.
We also know that they're killing people.
Yeah.
We know
So-
that one for sure.
So the Goliaths seem to be taking the approach that festivities are required more than sacrifices. So the rumors that you're hearing is anybody that can manage the long trek to Wormdoom Crag are doing so, because it will be a lot of food provided relatively freely at a time when food is getting awful scarce. But that's
I mean, I got multiple reasons to want to go. We got cold resistance stew. It's from a dragon. It's in a
From a
place
dragon.
called Crag. That's always got to be a good thing. Then, and I mean, on top of that, a Goliath party. Come on, this is
you
a
know, party like a Goliath party.
once in a lifetime event, and on top of that, they can't sacrifice us if we're not here. I thought this through.
Yeah, I'm not against going, but I feel like our original dying. How does it stop that?
If I can figure out the components of this stew, and maybe I could replicate it. I mean, I am a gourmand. Making my own stew.
Right,
my
that
own
solves your
cold
problem
brew.
again. We are back to you good. Other
No,
people are still
this
dying.
would be for other people. No, if I can replicate it, that means I can
keep them
make it in
dying.
mass. Because then they won't be cold. They'll be resistant to it.
So the secret has been stew all along?
I mean, isn't it always?
I feel like that's a very lame lesson to end on. Can't possibly be that easy. It's too new in the movie for that to be the solving.
I mean, everything else can be a red herring. It's right there in front of you.
I mean, I feel like, yes, we're obviously gotta go get that shit for ourselves to make it, over the winter and to try and have any hope of solving this stuff, but I just want to make sure we stay on point here.
I will slide in the reminder that the Dragonbone stew discovery came as part of asking around for anyone who might be related to the Arcane Brotherhood, and Danica Greysteel is definitely of the ilk that could be Arcane Brotherhood. Overeager, danger seeker, magic researcher, and herring off to Wormdoom Crag, where all of a sudden distraction happened.
I mean,
so
that's
a solid maybe.
Solid maybe.
Plus, it says chapter 2.
It does say chapter 2.
That's got to be a plus.
I mean, I feel like we're already some invisible force is pushing us out that way. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, can we make sure that we make it back here to, if not for the first round of people rip.
I mean, sure.
Second round.
We've done what we can, and
Sure.
We have an anchor here, and can always come back.
Sure. Now, I will say there's almost no chance that you would make it all the way to Wormdoom Crag and back again before the first sacrifice.
Oh, no. No.
However, the first sacrifice is coming from those prisoners at Revel's Ends, and they're already bad people. So
we did give some of them a chance, and they basically told us to fuck off and tried to make a better deal. So
yes, those are true statements.
Did we get confirmation that druid would be they're not emptying out the prisons, right? They're just choosing from the prisons first?
So there are 13 prisoners. 3 will be sacrificed. And they are trying their best to pack the prisons, actually. So you are seeing a lot of, everybody watching one another and trying to call out rivals on law breaking to send them to the prison to save the general population from being included in the lots.
Good community spirit. Got it.
Good spirit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're trying to help these people.
The neighborhood watch signs take on a whole new meaning now. So.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So setting out, the party has unfortunately emptied their party funds, so not a lot of options as far as recruiting dog sled teams and that sort of stuff. I think we're just going to be legging it across the snow, in which case we're going to be covering a distance of about 50 miles.
Good.
And there's nothing but charisma rolls, right, in our future.
Get your steps in.
Nothing but charisma. All charisma.
That's what I like to hear.
All the time. So could I have from the party a D12 from each of you? A 1, 2, or 3 will add to the difficulty of what's about to happen and distract you from getting there in a timely fashion.
All right, I'm rolling real dice. I got an 11.
Okay.
Crit that. What's up?
4.
You know what that means? I'm so light, I don't sink in the sand. Or into the snow.
Yep. Just
Wait, was
just
that a
right across
12?
the top.
Yes, that was a D12.
Yes.
I never roll a D12. I don't know what they look like. But yeah.
They look deceptively like D20s. So it sounds like things go reasonably well. And after about 12 days, the party arrives in Wormtomb Crag. Bang. And let's get to the right spot. Bomb. I need character pictures. I need Wormtomb Crag. And the screen should go blank. And has everyone vaguely leveled up and done such things as are necessary?
Why are you asking, Casey?
Just
Why does it matter if we've leveled up?
I just, want to make sure that everybody's in top form. Full hit points, such things.
Why? This is it's like a chili festival. Everyone's going for the stew, right?
It is a chili festival. Everybody's here for the stew.
I can't see anything, Casey. Why is the screen black?
What kind of shenanigans would go on at a chili festival?
Guatemala insanity peppers. Oh man,
I should have brought some like pixie hot sauce or something. Damn it. You always remember these things after you left the house, You
should wear like a little holster on your belt.
Like totally. Like a bandolier?
Yeah.
Alright. And let's get you down to the appropriate size. These squares as drawn are 10-foot squares, so you should all be about that big.
So if we can, possibly get a bone from this thing, man, I could make my own stew.
Maybe we should, not do that. Trying to make a good first impression right off the bat.
I'm just letting you know that it's definitely a possibility.
Sure.
Because then I'm really looking out for everyone else. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save everyone.
I know it's going to happen, regardless. I'm just saying, let's assess the situation as a whole before we... I'm proposing. I'm not saying we do.
What are the odds that would happen, really? So, as you are nearing the crag location, fresh tracks in the snow make it relatively easy to find the Goliath settlement of Wormtomb Crag on the northern slope of a soaring mountain. Following these tracks leads you to a cave outside of which are the bones of a dragon lying half buried in the snow. Past these remains, torchlight flickers in a pair of tunnels that burrow into the mountains leading west and south. East of the dragon's bones, rough-hewn steps climb to a 20-foot high open-air arena with stone bleachers carved into the eastern wall. Rising from the arena floor are more than a dozen pillars of rock, each 5 to 8 feet tall and about a foot in diameter. Over here.
Look, they had their own chewingas here. Oh.
They do have chewingas.
Man,
how about
it's gonna be saved?
How about, since we don't happen to have our druid friend to mollify the chewingas, how about just a quick charisma-based check there, Cookie, to see if you're still bearing the signs of chewinga hatred? or special interests, some might say.
Deception.
It's a
Deception.
charisma-based roll.
It is a charisma-based roll. You see how much of the Chwinga charm you can rub off, but you're still coming in a little bit marked.
I had a feeling
you do...
that was going to be the outcome, no matter what.
No, a little bit higher than that, and you would have at least gotten,
20.
somewhat clean. But the Chwingas are actively hiding from you behind the bones, peering out now and then, but not making themselves easy capture. Apparently, you have the stranger danger sign Chwingas mark people with. And so, party, what are you doing as you approach?
It's racist.
What's racist?
They have it out for halflings. Everyone
They have it
knows
out for
this.
halflings?
Yeah.
You've got a mark on you. You're registered as an offender with them.
So you bear a mark, and all of a sudden, put into a camp. I get it.
Yep.
Nah, it's more like you just have to walk around and tell your neighbors where you're at. No one can go trick or treating at your house.
Introduce
That sort of
yourself.
thing.
So, is it just these Chwingas here?
Just the Chwingas at the moment. Everyone else seems to be inside or occupied.
Alright, let's go in. Be friendly.
Can I scope out this dragon that's half
Sure.
buried?
Yeah, it looks. It's sizable. It looks to be an adult or maybe even an ancient dragon. From the lore, you have heard it was a white dragon that challenged the Goliath clan. You can see that several of the bones are missing. They seem to have been removed, and one seems to have been removed quite recently. A right foreleg.
Are these loose? Is there any
They're all
cartilage holding it together?
not a lot of cartilage left at this point,
Mhm.
but they're all frozen together. So it's a lot of ice encasing them. There is a little bit of meat here and there. They were not picked entirely clean, but that's frozen below a coating of ice.
So if I wanted to theoretically separate a toe, it would just be a quick thaw and pull.
Quick thaw and pull. I mean, you would probably need a significant amount of heat to make the thaw happen. Or one of those little ice picks.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. No. I just looking for any loose, particularly vulnerable bones that's exposed.
With the Chwingas darting around, it would be hard to get one unnoticed by at least them.
Whatever. We know they're racist, so I don't really care about them.
Okay.
I'm just looking about. Not taking.
Do you need any
Just
help,
looking.
sir?
Just looking about.
I'm just looking.
Grilka, Bort, Rime, what are you up to?
Is there anything going on in this arena area, or is it just
So, yes, it is indeed an arena area. How about a quick insight or investigation there, Grilka?
Oh, she's good at those.
Has you regained your maximum HP?
That's what I was told would happen.
Yep. Maximum HP has been returned.
Side. Otherwise,
Curse
she'd have
has been
15.
removed.
Insight's the least problematic. -1, so 15.
Okay. So as you're sort of peeking over there and you look at the tops and you get a spy of what's going on up there, there's definitely some form of sport that takes place there. You can suss out based on the patterns beat down in the snow. It's frequently being played by children. Now they're Goliath children, so the footprints are still pretty big, but not as big as the adult ones that you see moving about. There's the little drag and scuff marks and the occasional round hole in the edges of the snow, indicating a ball is being moved about on the ground. And that's about what you can suss out from it for the moment. It's only been a little while since the last match. There's still bits of the snow that are about to fall over, where they've been moved about and kicked up, but haven't flopped back down to the ground yet.
Neat. She is curious. But
Porch is also going to move up, stay next to Grilka.
Sure.
Being friendly, going to wave, be nice to anyone he sees.
Yeah. And at about this time, as the party's been hanging out a bit. Oh, sorry, Ree, anything you're doing right off the bat there?
Is just on here and also stick with Cookie. Make sure Cookie. I feel like Cookie's turning into the monkey from Paladin cave, that he's just gonna end up grabbing the red ruby and everything. Just back here, around trying to keep an eye on.
What are the odds that happens?
First, Abu is the most real character in all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Jasmine
say that.
Keeping it real.
Just gotta make sure you keep track of what goes on there. So Bort, excuse me, I was reading Skulldrag. I'm like, no, there's a different name. Bort, as you are, preparing the friendly face wave, could I have a quick persuasion from you, Mr. Friendly Face Wave?
Sure. My pleasure.
Yes.
Persuasion is my specialty.
It is.
Actually, is one of my highest. There you go, 21.
Very nice,
The old
Bort.
Bort charm.
As a small horde of young Goliath rush out, you can see that, oh yes, most of the rules that Grilka was sussing out are in play. They come out to play some of everybody's favorite sport, goat ball.
Goat ball.
Good old goat ball.
It's like the Final Fantasy game. Like where you swing
Yeah.
around and
Blitzball.
Thank you.
Yes, exactly. The rules are identical to Blitzball, except replace snow with water, or water with snow. Only to be played properly in blizzards when you can swim through the snow. As the children pour out, they look over at you, and you hear them calling out, "Oh, more guests. Have fun, come on in, it'll be great. I hope you can play." The last few people were weak. And with that, they are up on the pillars, jumping about, throwing the ball back and forth. Grilka, Bort, would you like to attempt to play goat ball with them? Or are you heading inside where they indicate people are waiting?
Let me check my athletics check.
Just checked it out.
Ooh, I only have a +3. My dexterity is only a 12. I mean, sure, why not? Let's do it. Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Let's go.
So how
Learn the
about
rules.
how about a quick your choice, athletics or acrobatics check?
Oh, athletics for me.
Athletics.
Oh, God.
Roll. Not bad. 17 total.
Okay. So Bort, this game was just not designed with your height requirements in mind. The pillars are just like too high for you to even get up to and grab, so you just end up running from pillar to pillar with no real impact on the game. Grilka, you're actually doing fairly well, and you've picked up enough of the rules to realize that there are way too many rules to this game. But you're having fun, and the Goliaths appear to enjoy, the difficulty added by avoiding your horns in several of the head-based ball attacks. And with that, we'll kick back over to Ree and Cookie. What are you two up to?
Let's get inside. I want to go where it's warm.
Okay. Where is this inside though?
So there's a tunnel here. There's a tunnel here. There's an open area here that leads to a tunnel here.
Okay. but our friends are going to play ball. Should we? Good. Sounds good.
Friends are playing ball.
Good job, guys. I'm winning here.
I
Good
will
job,
not-
guys.
Try not to board it up there, Bort.
Too late.
Make sure he doesn't accidentally steal somebody's something.
I don't steal anything. Thank you.
Abort!
Yep.
Abort!
Abort.
Let's see here. As you head down in that direction, you can see that several smaller caves break off, and there are dwellings inside, sleeping chambers by and large. And you can hear conversation coming from a larger central chamber further down the way.
Hey, everybody.
Hey! Come on in. Sit down. Have yourself a seat.
Don't mind if I
And-
do.
As you make your way down there, Cookie and Ree, the cavern has a domed roof 30 feet high and an open well in the middle of the floor. 2 youthful Goliaths use ropes and buckets to draw water from the well, while 6 adults wrangle a handful of exuberant Goliath toddlers. Rough-hewn stairs ascend to the southern part of the cave, where the floor is 10 feet higher. Seated in the area next to a crackling fire is a female Goliath with gray hair, many scars, and a white cloak made of mountain goat hide. Leaning against the wall behind her is a great axe with a bone haft. She gnaws on a pipe as she tries to settle a dispute between the 2 Goliath children. Boiling away happily, well, simmering away happily, on the fire beside her is a large kettle in which you suspect the stew is a brewing.
Yeah, I want to go right up to the stew. I just want to take it in.
Yeah. So you head right up, and the woman's name is Ogalai. Ogalai is currently refereeing a dispute between some of the goat ball playing children, expanding upon the large number of rules in order to bring that one to a close. When you draw up close, she thinks about it for a moment and then gestures for some of the children to go and fetch, and she sends them off to get a stool. Oh, come on over. Always happy to have an interested nose and belly. Haven't had as many folks from the 10 towns as we were hoping for this year.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to be to make my way here. It's an honor to try this. You know, I'm always on the lookout for great new exotic foods, and this is right up my alley. I can't wait.
Oh,
Is
excellent.
that cumin? Is there like winter rosemary? There's something in there.
Well, actually, there's quite a bit in here. It takes us a few years to gather and dry up the spices that we need. Some of them come from far off lands to the south, as far away as distant Am. So you've got a good nose there.
Palm oil, nice.
Yes. Now, the real secret, of course, is the proper aging of the bones, and that's why we can only offer this to our friends and guests once every few years. The great dragon that we slew many years ago, they age as slowly as they live, and only every so often do we get the chance to draw from one of the bones and get the marrow just right. And you can see in there are bits of bones slowly, breaking up and coming away as that like gelatin that really firms up the stew.
I would love to go in depth with this, but I'm sure we could yada that part.
Yeah. So basically your takeaway is the bones do need to age. It does take spices from all over the place. There is a recipe that's in Ogalai's head, and you're not sure if it's written down somewhere yet. Glancing around, the Goliaths seem to not keep a lot of written records. There's some books that you've noticed as you move through, but not a lot. Likely you would need to get that out of her or someone else who has learned it. As she continues the conversation, she says, "Now, do have care as you go out and play with the little ones. Our last guest, who was interested in the recipe, took a goat ball to the face, and she hasn't quite recovered yet."
Duly noted. I'm more interested, though, in knowing what's in this stew.
And how about a quick, let's call it an investigation? Oh, yeah. So you've definitely locked down all of the ingredients. You get a pretty good feel of that over time. The method of preparation might need a little bit of help. How about an Arcana for that? Oh, that eludes you at the moment.
All right.
Do you have anyone that you will be asking for assistance with that?
I mean, if I still have my handler with me.
Is the handler there?
The handler's here. What are you asking for help with? From your
Our mastery of the arcane.
yeah, that's what I thought you were asking for help with. He just kind of stares at you.
Why don't you go ahead and give it a try? You know, Grilka, she doesn't look it, but she's a savant at this stuff.
I'm a little surprised if Grilka's not here right now to help.
She can only be in one place at one time. So why don't you give it a hand? You never know.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps your palate is more advanced than you give it credit for.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you have been around me.
Okay, yeah, let me, I do have a lot of knowledge. So much knowledge.
So much knowledge. So as you work with Cookie providing the breakdown of the ingredients, trying to get these steps right, you believe that you could create a potion of cold resistance if you had access to the aged bones of a white dragon. You suspect the Goliaths are being a little over careful. You think any white dragon that had been dead long enough for the flesh to come off the bones would be good enough. So maybe 2 to 3 years, and you would be able to use them. If you could acquire a pinky toe, you think you could get a potion out of that. A bigger bone would yield considerably more potions.
Yep. Time is always the best ingredient. Low and slow. I get it.
Have they allowed you to? He's trying to whisper. Just take the bones from Dragonon?
Oh! Is this a whisper?
Yeah, he's
Even
trying to whisper.
Even at the slight whisper, I'm insulted that you would think I would take something. I'm just inquiring about the recipe.
Uh-huh. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever we can do to get out of here, though. I'm getting a little creeped out by all these. We're greatly outnumbered in here. Not that they're not friendly, but it's just... I feel bad they're in the open space.
Sure. And as you are feeling a little bit outnumbered, Rhea, I think perhaps you are glancing around and trying to take stock of folks in here who aren't Goliaths and the like. And there's only a few smaller folk around. An Aarakocra, one of the bird people who you passed on the way in, as well as an elven woman who is currently bundled up in one of the sleeping bags. Looks like she's trying to sleep off a broken nose, perhaps. She's got a lot of bandages going across the middle of her face right now.
It was her and who else? Weren't Goliath?
So up north, there was an Aarakocra. Up here? Whoop. Nope. Up here.
Oh, okay.
And then down here,
I'll
you get a
go.
bandaged up face.
So, like, ask the nearest Goliath to her, like, up with her face. What happened there?
Sensitive. Like it.
She didn't defend well in Goat Ball. Gotta keep them arms up. Took one to the face.
Oh.
Just got it.
Where are they from? I did not. Are they from 10 Towns as well?
Oh, you look over at the person in the face, and you're like, it could be that person that they were talking about, that Danica. Maybe having a smushy face and a lot of bandages makes it tricky to identify somebody. How about a perception check? I mean, there's a lot of bandages and a lot of swelling.
Did you guys get her name? Do you take a register for your game? You just smash noses and not ask questions.
And the one that he's like, I didn't catch her name. I'm sure somebody did, and he's just like pokes the person next to them, who pokes the person next to them, and then eventually they get around to, oh yeah, it was Danica.
Cookie.
Yeah.
I think just over here. But she's tired and smushed.
Found who?
Danica, one of the people we were. Okay, sorry. I know you were sent here for soup, but we were also sent here to speak to this person.
Sure. I'm glad you found her. I'm gonna get back in here for the soup.
Yeah. Well,
She doesn't look like she's going anywhere.
you be good. I'm gonna go get our friends.
I'm always good.
Yeah. I'll head out. Go check on our friends and make sure they're not getting their noses smashed.
On the good news side, it looks like Bort is just too far below the pillar level to be at risk, receiving almost total cover from the pillars that he's standing behind. Grilka has taken a few goat ball attacks. However, they've been aiming for less pointy parts than Grilka's head in order to avoid bursting the ball. Grilka, Bort, you having fun? What you doing?
Grilka
Yeah.
will get like really into it.
Okay.
It'll just be like rah, and like we'll cheer on Bort and like, come on, Bort, let's go.
I think Bort's gonna put his
Pick him
hands
up
up and do
put
the
him
back.
up just like pick him out of the snow and like put him on top of one of the pillars.
I think I'll sit this one out. I don't think this is really my jam. I'll do the put the hands up and back out slowly of the room.
As you put your hands up, they're like, he's open!
No, that's it. You kids. You crazy kids.
So, mixed results out in the goat ball arena. Eventually, the two of you extract yourselves, or Grilka is pulled away kicking and screaming. And you're updating each other on what's going on. Amongst the children, the big thing that is the gossip between Huck and Goat Balls at one another is that a warrior has gone missing, and he was one of the best at the game, but he hasn't come back recently, so everybody's kind of bummed about that one. They figure he'll turn up eventually. Everybody always does. Sometimes you just got to go to ground, sleep it off, and then come in once the storms have passed.
Bort's gonna try to ask him where this warrior was heading.
What did they go fight?
What were they doing? They were Kapanuk got separated from a hunting party a few days ago during a blizzard. they don't seem particularly worried about it, but if you happen to see them, say, hey, we're waiting.
Okay, good to know. Good info. Kapanook, you said?
Kapanook.
Kapanook. All right, we'll keep an eye out, I guess.
And as you come back in, they give you the update. Danica is just sort of like slowly sitting up. She's got, switches out this snow packs that she's keeping on her cheeks to get the swelling back down. Hello?
So, remind me, Danica is whom, and why are we talking to her?
Sure. So Danica is one of the potentials as you were looking for people who might be associated with the Arcane Brotherhood.
Right. Okay.
She fits the type, being a magical researcher, not really affiliated with anyone else.
Yeah.
So, the wizardy looking type.
Okay. So I guess we'll talk to her and tell her about the prisoner, and see if his story checks out, and see if she has any knowledge.
Sure, you head over, and she's all swelled up, but she does sort of look up at you, and she pulls out her little notebook. Yes, he is one of the Arcane Brotherhood. I don't have any interest in getting him out. He did the crime, has to do the time.
Great. So if I do lay on hands on you, will you stop? Can you stop sounding like that?
I would appreciate it.
Sure. So I'll do some laying hands on her.
Okay, and snap her nose back into place. And
there you go.
That is much better. Really should learn how to do that someday.
So you're saying he is part of the Brotherhood, but somehow he's not a member in good standing?
Well, I
won't be standing for long.
I don't know that anyone is really a member in good standing. It's more of a agreement amongst us not to get in each other's way as we pursue knowledge of the arcane. I personally am here to investigate this resistant to cold provided by the stew. Rather intriguing.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a secret spice in here I haven't quite identified.
Oh. Would you like to compare notes?
Oh. Finally, we find someone that has her head on straight. Yes, I think that would benefit everyone if we could figure this out.
By everyone, you mean Cookie.
Yeah. And she settles down to review, and there's some discrepancies in your assessments. You said majorum, she said oregano, and you're like, yeah, you're probably gonna have to test that one out, and so on. But you've basically got the two recipes down, and Ree's instructions on how to mix them are accurate enough. It's definitely coming from two different sides of the profession, but you've basically got an outline going. And she asked, now, did you happen to get any samples of the dragon bone? I wasn't able to acquire any.
Yeah.
They weren't willing to sell.
See, that's going to be the tricky part. I haven't ascertained on how to acquire said ingredient. But if it's for the good of the realm, I'm sure we could figure this out.
Well, if you should happen to come across any, whether that's through, hunting a dragon yourself and allowing it to age, I'm willing to wait for my research, so fresh would be fine. Aged would be better. I'm willing to pay 100 gold per pound of intact bone with the marrow.
Good to know, good to know. Also, we have other plot-related things that aren't related to this dragon that I'm sure my friends would like to inquire about. But, you I know we're attacking this from two sides, you from, a precise arcane scientific manner, and me from the world-renowned gourmand type deal. So I would like to please extend me the same courtesy if you happen to find any. I would love to be able to at least partake in the experimentation process.
Oh, I'd love to work with you. I will be back in Bryn Shander in a few weeks after the festival's ended, and hopefully they've resolved this, crisis that they're having.
Speaking of crisis, team?
Yeah, I guess Bort will ask her about. He'll tell him what the prisoner said and see if she knows anything about the what was it, like a bunch of wizards or something that are causing the cold snap or something like that.
Yeah, the potential that it's not the god.
Yeah, it's not the god.
That's-
It's some other outside natural forces, maybe, or magical forces. And if there's any, news around a campfire in the Arcane Brotherhood about that.
Oh, well, I haven't met up with any other members of the Brotherhood in a while. There is another expedition in the area. They were looking into the Netherese settlements, the ancient cities that used to fly, There's said to be one about in the area. I believe they were basing themselves out of Caer Dene and preparing for an expedition.
An expedition into the nether regions, huh? That's
Well,
always perilous.
you
Fraught
do
with
have
danger.
to prepare. Now, there are any number of ways that the environment could be affected. The Netherese were said to be able to control the weather. This does seem a bit widespread. But they could be sympathetic magics, two things working together to cause the same problem. Lots of reasons.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's known as a not my problem. Once I have my research done, I'll be heading back south.
Hey guys, why don't we think of that? Just
Leaving?
peace out. Yeah,
We
leaving.
did think of that, and we decided that we needed to stay for some reason.
Oh, that's right, Bahamut.
Oh.
Yeah, praise be Bahamut.
And
Like,
you
oh
have
my
that.
God.
Oh, are you citizens of the North? Oh, that's a shame.
I mean,
No,
Yes.
we're not.
What's a citizen, really? We're landowners.
we're not
Yeah.
even there right now.
Yeah, I said when we're undocumented.
It's more like, out
Renting.
of town
Like an Airbnb.
businessmen.
Yeah.
Well, I do wish you the absolute best of luck with all of that. But yes, I'll be heading back down to the tower. It's not exactly balmy, but it's better than this.
And how might I find you if I were to acquire said bone?
Well, I'll be in Bryn Shander doing my research for, I would think, at least the next month or two. I believe there were at least that many prisoners before they start looking for excuses to include out-of-towners. And then I'll be heading south to the Brotherhood's tower. You can leave word for me there, and they can find me wherever my adventuring takes me.
All right, I certainly will let people know that I'm looking to give you a bone.
I suppose.
This is why I can't leave you alone.
Sort of walked right into that one, didn't I? Now, was there anything else that you needed? If not, we can get back to the festivities.
I guess.
Huzzah!
I got nothing.
Ah.
Thank you for your time.
And as far as those festivities go, the Goliaths do put on a fairly good little festival. There's not much turnout other than Danica, the party, and the Arakakra, who seems to be healing up after a bad turn in a blizzard. The other folks who were going supposedly to be joining for the party don't arrive. And as days pass and days pass, and eventually the stew is ready, everyone gets as big a bowl of stew as they would like. And is the party partaking in the stew?
Absolutely.
Heck,
Sure.
yeah.
They come all this way just to watch.
Heck yeah. Now, you are able to have as many servings as you would like throughout the day, like a chili festival. Now, I would say reasonably, the most you could possibly get down your gullet would be 20. A
Challenge
reasonable
accepted.
amount would be something more like 5.
Can
What
I?
amount would you like to have?
I was hoping to take some and put it into a container. For,
Okay.
later. To go water flask.
They're willing to give you 1 to go, but they don't really. It's to be enjoyed. 1 for the road is fine, but they don't really want people stocking up.
All right,
I
I'll do
mean,
that.
I'm
but-
2 feet tall.
2 feet tall.
You're offering people 20 servings. I should be able to take at least 1 or 2 home, huh? I'm not asking for much.
I feel like maybe. Okay.
Think-
So
Or-
let's say how about a persuasion? And for every divisible by 5, you're able to convince them to let you take 1 home.
All right, here comes roll 20 screwing me. Right on cue.
9 does divide by 5 once, so
I mean, it rounds up to 2.
it
It
does
doesn't.
round up, but in this case, it still
D&D
sticks at
rounds
1.
up.
You get a heaping bowl full, but it still only counts as effectively 1 potion for you. So you do have 1 potion of cold resistance in a Tupperware container. And then how many servings are you eating during the day?
I want to try it for 5.
Okay.
I'll take 5 to the dome.
I mean, there's nothing else to eat, so 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least.
Grilka, Ree?
She big. Well, she's like nearing Goliath big, so
Mhm.
probably as much as they do.
Oh, they're just wolfing it down. Like it is just happy times, as much as you can get down your gullet.
And like everything seems fine here. Like they're right, like because the towns are having issues and they're worried about this whole goddess thing, and the Goliaths seem okay and not worried.
They don't even seem to consider it an issue. Like they're like, yep, it's dark and cold. We're fine.
Okay.
And they're definitely downing bowl after bowl after bowl. So would everyone please roll? So please announce and then please roll a d20. You would prefer to see a number on that d20 higher than the number of bowls you consume.
Oh man. Okay.
Here's my 5. Oh, just made it.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
So, I mean, in that vicinity, I'm sure.
Uh-oh, Piscatios.
Sin. Okay. For every bowl you consumed, you are immune to the effects of cold for that many days. However, Sin, you are having a little bit of an issue.
Cookie, what did you...
That is almost exactly what's
You know-
happening to you.
I feel like I'm getting singled out for no good reason.
Very sick.
What if I've done nothing but benefit your life, and yet you come at me with this negativity constantly? I feel like you're a bit biased against me for some unknown reason.
Yeah, it might have something to do with you calling me a vampire for the week we hung out, but I don't know.
Well, aren't you glad we got that behind us?
It was like 2 days ago.
Exactly, it's in the past.
Water under the bridge.
Absolutely. Sin, could I have a D100, please?
No.
Oh, God.
No.
D100s are always good in D&D.
No.
An
Oh.
8.
It's not
Oh,
one.
good.
That's gotta be good. That's gotta be good.
So, Sin,
No.
please roll a D10.
I don't like all this rolling.
Okay. So, you finished your third bowl. And for 2 minutes, your character retreats into his or her mind and becomes paralyzed.
That's not bad.
I
2
mean, that
minutes.
doesn't look all that different than usual.
Just for a little bit, you just like freeze up. You can't move your body, and then it does eventually go away.
What would 100 give you, Casey? If you got 100 or a 1
A
for the stew?
thing. It could give you a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there
A
are
good
things
thing?
that could happen.
A good thing?
There are things that could happen. But the characters are all immune to the effects of cold for the number of days equal to the amount of bowls they've consumed. After the servings, everyone seems to be getting ready to go out and effectively play in the snow. Many of the Goliath warriors are setting out to longer expeditions. And you hear a lot of challenges being called back and forth that they're going to go wrestle Yetis now that they are immune to the Yeti's freezing breath attacks. Challenges are called out back and forth. Does the party wish to partake in such a hunt, or do they have other things to do?
Grilka's getting all riled up. She'd be like, yeah.
Hey, Cookie, do you want some Yeti meat? Cookie, Yeti meat.
I think he wandered off.
You went
Oh,
to go
no.
take a
Yeah.
nap. Stew nap.
Well, so while Grilka's getting riled up and Cookie's still got his face in the pot trying to scoop more into his Tupperware, does the party wish to head out in that direction? And Cookie might just wake up on the back of a pack animal halfway to a Yeti.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea. I mean, what's the responsible thing to do is not to distract ourselves with Yeti hunt.
That is probably the responsible thing to do.
But what Bort want to do is hunt Yeti.
What is the purpose of the hunting? I mean, I'm all for hunting a thing, but what's the point of it? Is it more fun?
Bragging rights,
Okay.
Yeti
so
meat,
it's meat.
one less Yeti for when you're not resistant to cold.
I mean, I feel like we should head back while we're still immune to cold, no?
Yes, this
What
is why
else?
you are leader.
Ugh, gross. Get it off. No. You're the leader.
No, I am far. Yes, I am
don't
leader
want-
material.
No, nobody wants.
I am leader. We
Grilka,
hunt you.
yes.
Done.
Grilka's
Done
leader.
and done. Grilka's the leader.
I
feel
think
like we
Grilka said, "I am leader. We hunt Yeti."
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's take it to a vote.
Well, I'm gonna get outvoted here. I mean, I am happy for vacation, but people are literally dying. Do we still care about that? The dying people.
I guess so. I guess Bahamut would want me to help people.
I mean, I don't really care. I feel like I am not with my alignment.
I mean, neither am I, but
They are not killing good people yet, right?
I mean,
Well-
there was that one guy that just stole a loaf of bread to feed his starving family who's definitely going to be dying, like, in a couple days.
yeah,
Got his name in the bowl, so to speak.
I say we head back while we have resistance to cold.
I know not as exciting, but perhaps we
look,
can come
Yeti.
play Yeti. hunting later.
Yeti.
I say
No.
quick before Cookie wakes up.
Yes.
Because then Cookie will... I feel like Cookie's going to be very mad.
Look at this Yeti. He's like, come at me, bro.
I mean, unless Yeti provides further cold protection for some reason, or we can trade, maybe we can kill Yeti in name of goddess instead of people, but I feel like this should have been worked out before.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about Yetis? Yetis are immune to cold, and their fur can be used as an ingredient for a cloak of cold resistance.
But do they have multiple furs, or is there just the one fur?
I mean, there's just the one Yeti per Yeti, and it makes a Yeti-sized cloak, so that could probably cover like
So that's
one
like
Grilka.
half a Grilka.
Well, no, that's a Grilka, so a Yeti equals a Grilka. I mean, if we were making,
more Yeti.
if you go after 2 Yetis, you could do like a halfling and a half.
That seems like.
Plus a halfling and a half. If you go after like 4 Yetis, I would say 3 Yetis and the whole party could have one.
I would think one Yeti can cover at least 3
tell
halflings.
you
They're
what.
tiny.
If we can get some stew to go, and eat that later, I'm all for the Yeti hunting. Can
Well,
we
so
have
how
stew for
about
later?
how about the convincing of the stew leftovers there, Ree?
I brought
Persuasion.
Tupperware. I'm real good at this.
As divisible by 5. Here we go.
I have this Tupperware. If perhaps you could fill Tupperware with with stuff.
With stuff, 3 potions of frost resistance.
I'll do the same
Ree.
for.
Jesus.
Ah, damn it.
Just 1 for Bort.
Nah, one for Bort.
And like as Ree walks up, Oglia just looks at Ree and is like, "You look hungry, sweetie. Eat," and just like, "You want to take some home? Eat, please.
Yes.
You're
Yes,
wasting away in
okay.
front of me."
Yes. Is that the vampire joke? I don't like that. Alright, the Yeti hunting it is. Cookie!
Are you okay with garlic? It's got a lot of garlic. So
Yes.
about those Yetis, so are you going after the Yetis now?
I guess so.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Gotta keep the
Okay.
rest of the team happy, you know?
All right. The hunters go out and start, riling up the Yetis, and the party, 1, 2, 3, 4, can decide how many Yetis they're going to try and tackle. You keep what you kill. So, how many Yetis would the party like to try and take on, knowing that they might get a few more, they might get a few less than they aim for?
I mean, there's 4 of us.
There are 4 of you.
Surely each of us could take on a Yeti.
Each of you could definitely take on a Yeti.
I think we start our bidding at 4.
Aren't Yetis incredibly dangerous and powerful?
I don't know about that.
All the
These stories you can't really believe that much. I mean, an ancient white dragon these Goliaths took down.
I mean, it's like an owl bear, right? You think, owl, bear, not bad. Real owl bear will clean your clock.
I mean, all right, if you're scared, none for him.
I mean, I will fight the Yeti. I'm just saying, I've heard that they're big and strong, and
I am also big and strong.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
being convinced. Maybe.
The more we kill, the more glory there is to be had.
So what I'm hearing for is we're aiming for 4 Yetis.
No, I don't think that's it. I think we would die.
We don't have to
I
fight
mean,
them all at once.
That is 1 coat for each.
That would be 1 coat
Although
for
I
each.
don't think Cookie could take 1 Yeti. I think like a 3.5 or just even a 3.
Do we know if Yetis run in packs, or do we have to hunt them individually?
Yetis do run in packs/families. The only ones that don't are even worse.
Okay, so if we can make 1 cloak each per Yeti. Then let's go for 4 Yetis.
Go for 4 Yetis.
I mean,
Okay.
no,
So-
wait.
No?
What does the party say?
Grilka's down for 40 Yetis.
All right, then we're going.
Okay.
How about 3.5? Maybe there's a child Yeti, like an adolescent Yeti.
An old one with 1 leg.
We're gonna go with the Tupperware theory, where we gotta go with just as much as fits in the Tupperware. So we gotta round that to a number. We'll start with 4.
Let's start
Here's
with
the
4.
modifier.
Whoa! We didn't round to anything.
Yeah, we rounded to
recall.
4.
You rounded down. You rounded down with me. Finding
See,
some inconsistency in the rounding here.
D&D is a very strange
Wait,
rounding math
isn't
environment.
Bort small too? You look
Okay.
small. Are you small?
So
I'm
here's
medium.
here's the modifier. All right, so we'll tell you the modifier before you make the call. So you must pick a whole number of Yetis, but you will be rolling. Somebody will be rolling a d6. If it is a 1, 2 fewer Yetis. If it's a 2, 1 fewer Yeti. 3 and 4, you get the number you ask for. 5, 1 extra. 6, 2 extra.
God. That's so sadistic. I love it.
So how many Yetis would the party like to try and wrangle for themselves?
Door number 3.
Is that 3 Yetis?
I think a solid 3.
You're a wimp.
Go for
I think 3 is
So-
good.
Could I have someone roll a d6 to see how many Yetis get flushed out in the party's direction?
I'll take the case.
God.
A 4! You fish your wish. Congratulations. The party has 3 Yetis to deal with. Now, at this point, the party has been bounding through the snow with gleeful abandon with the Goliaths as they try and wrangle out these Yetis immune to the chill. We're going to do this in Theater of the Mind style, and we're just going to go ahead and pull up a turn order.
Oh, just
Clear
to be
that out real
clear,
quick.
dibs on the fur is ours. We make quotes.
Oh yes, no. These are your Yetis. They've got
Okay.
their own Yetis to deal with.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if I could have the party go ahead and add themselves into the turn order. The party is currently immune to cold.
God, I have a +5. What the fuck? Get up there.
You'll have to add me there. I didn't pick my token.
No worries. Where we at? There you are. And Cookie came in at a 20.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for Yeti meat.
You are. And Cookie, with that, you do get to attack first. We'll say it is a snowy little plain that you found yourself in. The Yetis have tumbled down from ledges above as being chased by Goliaths. The Goliaths call out, "Those are yours! These are ours!" And they dive to the other side. And what are you doing, Cookie?
I'd like to make them glow with
Ooh,
purple. That way we can
absolutely.
see them through the snow.
And as you try and get them all caught up, let's roll some dex. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they are all glowy.
Nice.
So we have advantage, right?
Advantage on all attacks.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, I think then I will. Yeah, I guess that's my turn. That's enough for right now.
You got it. That's going to bring up Yeti number 1. Yeti number 1 is going to try and return that favor there and covers the ground, bounding towards Cookie. Cookie. It stares at you. A chilling gaze. Could I have a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, please?
Is this its attempt to, frighten me? I assume.
It does attempt to paralyze you.
That's not about being scared.
It is not about being scared, but you will not take damage. So the benefit there is you don't take damage, but you might be
Con saving
paralyzed.
throw.
Con save.
It looks like the paralyzed wouldn't work either.
Unless it's immune to cold damage.
And then which we are, aren't we?
Sure,
Yes,
the
no,
two in
never mind. It just shakes. You shake it off entirely. Ooh, very nice. So you only
Good
have
call.
to you only have to deal with the claws coming at you, and you will not take the cold damage part of the claw if it hits. 2 claw attacks. Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti number 2 also aiming for Cookie.
Sure.
Oh, ouch, ouch.
16 Cookie.
I can do some cutting words.
Okay.
Um,
I think Skuldreg can do, or Bort can do something as well. With my reaction.
yeah, yeah, I really just don't want them to crit on me, so...
Words
Yeah.
can't help a crit, unfortunately.
Hold
What?
on, I can at least help
Yeah,
the
I can.
hit though.
When a
Now
creature makes an attack roll, an ability check, or damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one use of your bardic inspiration. Use the die and subtract the number rolled from the creature's roll.
I didn't think that got rid of a crit, but we'll go with it for now. I'll research it later.
The one claw attack, I'm going to use my protection reaction.
Oh,
so
okay.
he has
Yeah.
disadvantage on the roll. So he had
Sweet.
7.
Got it. Okay. That'll stop the one claw, and then can your cutting words get it below your armor class at a 20? Probably not.
Nope. Yep.
All right. So just the first half of the damage on this one. 7 slashing damage. And a con save on that fairy fire if that is concentration, please. Grilka.
Ah, that's why they were targeting me. Gotcha.
They don't like being all lit
Ah,
up.
saved.
Ooh, on the nose. Grilka.
Is going to go to the closest one and
Sure.
will smash.
Smash.
But since she feels like she can hit it really well because it's glowy, we will take the -5 because I have great weapon master. I'll take
Okay.
the -5 penalty to hopefully do plus 10 damage. Well, now I'll just roll it on the sheet. Wham.
21 is a hit. Let's see
Minus
some big
5?
damage.
21 minus 5?
17 still a big hit.
Okay. Plus 10.
Wow. I love
22
that
points of
feat.
damage.
That's a great feat.
Yes.
Grilka, anything else?
That's it for now. She thinks she hit it pretty good. Just
You
gritting
just-
like a crazy cow, and is just whack. Just
Yeah,
geared
this-
up to do the same thing.
That Yeti is half the Yeti it used to be. Ree, what do we got?
So are they kind of grouped up together? Is Grilka just by one and the other two are separate?
They're all kind of piling in towards you. It's pretty close combat. You're in kind of a, small snowy area.
Okay. I'm trying not to hit Grilka with this thing. So
Okay.
if it's possible to do that, I would like to. But okay, well, I'm gonna shoot a shot. I want to see. I want to use my arcane shot, but I think I have to see if it hits first before
Okay.
I decide to use. Right? It worked. Let me. Once per turn when you fire a magic arrow, so I can apply it if it hits. Right?
When it hits, yep.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna try and hit one, and it's advantage
Sure.
on all, right?
Advantage on all? Are you going the one that's already wounded or a different one?
Whatever one's not next to Grilka.
Not next to Grilka. That'd be one of the ones chasing after Cookie. So, 24 is definitely a hit,
Okay.
13 points of damage, and then something happens.
And then the bursting arrow happens, so hopefully hitting the next Yeti next to it also with this. Aw,
Got it.
Boo.
Okay. So that is immediately after the arrow hits the creature, the target, and all other creatures within 10 feet. Okay, got it. And we'll go 18 there, 5 there. Anything else, Ree?
That's it for now.
You got it. Final Yeti, the one up with Grilka, is gonna start tearing into Grilka. They seem very, very angered that you're ignoring their gaze. Claw, Grilka. Ooh.
Yep.
A total of 13 points of slashing damage, ignoring the cold. Bort, what are you up to?
All right. Is Bort in close enough contact where a guiding bolt would be at disadvantage?
We could say you could manage to not have that close of an encounter.
Okay, so I would have advantage on it, right? Because of the fairy fire?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
Currently, backliners and frontliners.
Damn it. 14?
14. You're lucky these are big beasties. That does hit.
So 18 radiant.
18 radiant damage. And which one were you going after?
I'll do the one that's attacking Grilka.
Grilka, absolutely. 18 points of damage. And it has hyper advantage on it now. Anything else for you, Bort?
That is it.
Cookie comes back around to you. Two beasties in close distance. Friends have backed away a little bit. Grilka's stepping up.
Yeah. Don't worry. The bard's got it. I'll I'll take the dodge action.
Okay.
Hey, you wanted 3 Yetis.
I wanted 4.
You got 4 Yetis.
I'll take the dodge action here, and then I will. Well, no one's really hurt, so I'm okay. There you go. I'm good.
All right, dodge action. Yetis are still coming for you. They don't like this glitter. You got 4 sets of claws at disadvantage. Claw 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a 22 and a 16 that look possible.
Yeah, I'll take one of the 16s and I'll use my cutting words again.
Okay.
So I end up taking 2 of these attacks.
No, they're at disadvantage. So it was an 11 to 13, a 16, and a 22.
Yeah, but either way, like the 6, because there's 3 attacks, a 16, a 16, and 22 that will hit me. Right on your first
An
roll.
11, the 11 would miss.
I understand. That's what I'm saying with one of them. Oh, they're all at disadvantage. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you, dodge action. Then yeah. Okay, I'll take 1 hit.
Okay, got it.
Woo, disadvantage, yay.
Yay. The claw. Oh, the claw does come in for 10 though. And can I see that con save?
You may.
And then Grilka, well done. Grilka, what you doing?
You're just a cow. No offense, Grilka.
Same. Whack.
Ooh, 27 is a crit. That's a lot of damage.
Plus 10.
Plus 10, so 23, 33 points of damage. Yeah, that's not a Yeti anymore. That
How
is
you like me now?
That is coat number 1. Grilka, anything else?
We'll start charging towards the next one.
Okay. Ree, what are you up to?
Hopefully shooting that one before she gets there.
Okay. Oh, definitely a hit.
Yay. And has that one been damaged at all besides that, what I just did?
That one has been damaged, yes.
This is all we're doing today. Action surge.
Okay. Yes, 16 will hit.
Yay.
And how many bursting arrows can you fire, or is it?
No, just the 2. So just the top one, the force damage on the second one doesn't.
Okay, got it. Okay. And then 10 more, which is not quite enough without the boost of the force damage. That is still a standing beastie.
Finish up.
Anything else?
Coat number 2. Coat number 2. That's it.
Bort, what do we got?
Alright, Bort's gonna move up a bit. Give Cookie some cover. I'll move up there. And I will attack top one with Battle Axe. Nice.
Yes. Wow.
Nice.
And I will of course do my Divine Smite as well as that. Spend the slot.
You're ruining coat number 2.
That'd be fine. It'll buff out.
Coat number 2 acquired, or at least the materials for coat number 2, I should say. Bort, anything else?
I think that's it. I'm where I want to be, so I'm okay.
All right. Cookie, Bort has stepped up in front of you. What are you doing?
Yeah, let's go for some stabby.
Okay.
Because I actually don't have many offensives. In fact, I don't have any offensive spells. So stabby.
Dabby.
14?
No. A 4. Oh yeah, 14. You did advantage. 14 will hit. Yes.
All right. 10.
It's a pretty healthy stab for a bard. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I'll bonus action healing word.
You got it?
Me.
Sounds good. Yeti has nothing else to do but try and take down the tasty-looking halfling that smells so sweetly of spices. Claw, halfling. Boom.
Jesus. Yeah, these things pretty fearsome.
Yeah, 20 and a 20.
Can you? Yeah. I will. I guess use another reaction, bardic inspiration for that 20.
All right, go ahead and give me the D6 and get it below your armor class. Oh, yes, you do. So just one claw coming at you. 9 points of slashing. And Grilka.
To keep running this way.
Charging across the snow. Advantage is still there.
21 minus 5.
21 minus 5 is still a solid hit.
Plus
Oh
10.
yeah. Wow.
25. Oh, it is still standing. It is not a blinking 1 hit point, but it's got a few. Grilka, anything else?
I will do a smite. Just.
Oh!
How do I? What is it? 1d8?
1d8, 2d8, I think.
Am I at 2d8? Okay.
I feel like even a first level spells are 2d8.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, 2d8.
Then you get.
So there's a chance this might not work. It's a very slim chance.
Okay. 2.
That is enough. And ingredients for 3 coats of cold resistance acquired. You will need to get these processed when you get back to town, but you have the capabilities now. As the party finishes up their battle.
I'm like dripping blood. See, we gotta take on 4. At
I'll
9
give-
hit points.
I will give Cookie 20 hit points of lay on hands.
Excellent. And as
You were good.
As you continue your celebrations and recover your loot, back over in the prison. Whoop, bonk. It's Fateful Dice time. Could I have someone in the party? Please roll me a 1d13.
I'll do it. Lucky number 8.
An 8. Bonk. Could I have someone in the party roll me a 1d12?
Joe, you're designated prison killer.
Sure. Oh.
Tries
6.
to pardon him, but it doesn't work.
No.
Bonk. Could I have someone roll me 1d11?
Pleasure. 7. Poor 7.
Making room, making room. 3 humanoids are sacrificed to Auril, as is food and warmth in some of the towns. It is what would effectively be the summer months, so the food and the warmth are not as dire as they will be as the months move on. But when you return back, you can tell a toll has been taken. And with that, Is there anything else that you would like to do at Wormdoom Crag or the surrounding areas? Are you heading back? And if so, are you going straight to Bryn Shander, or are you stopping off in Caer Dineval, or going somewhere else?
I want to see how to process these Yeti pelts from the Goliaths. See if they have any suggestions.
Sure. East Haven, Bryn Shander, or Targos should be able to process those for you, or at least get the process started.
All right.
And basically what we're looking at there is coming back from Wormdoom Crag. Boom. Boom. You're looking at about 38 miles to there, and then you could continue on. Caer Dineval or Bryn Shander, your choice. Where do we want to go?
Party.
Bryn Shander or where?
East Haven would be the first place that would have the possibility of getting your cloaks properly treated and enchanted to be resistant to cold. Bryn Shander is a definite bet. That's the biggest town. Caer Dineval is where you've heard the Arcane Brotherhood is mucking about.
We should also see about selling other Yeti bits, because we don't have money to like actually have these things processed and turned.
True.
Yeah,
Yes.
Money
drop
for
stuff
other
off
things.
at East Haven, try and sell our stuff, and then head to Caer Dineval.
Yeah.
I'm in for
Sure.
Caer Dineval and see if there's anyone else from the Brotherhood. They
Well,
haven't know anything
It'll
else.
take a while to process the Yeti stuff, so we could drop it off there and head up, right?
Sure.
I mean, I'm interested in making some Yeti jerky. It's got to be some quality jerk.
Absolutely. And you are able to carry a reasonable amount. Unfortunately, you don't have a sled or sledge that could be pulled along with you. But you can load up with as much as you wish to carry. I believe that's something in the neighborhood of 70 pounds or so for most of you. With, I believe,
Grilka
the...
can pull a
Yeah, she
lot.
had, aren't you like you get to pull extra? And that's like part of your
Can I pull
class.
I think you
You
have the
consider-
big frame where it doubles it or triples it.
Yeah, it's like you're considered large for carrying, which lets you
Yes.
double your weight, double your carrying capacity.
So she's maxed out on strength, so that was it like 20 times 30 times 2? Is that how that works? So she can haul a lot.
Sure. So you could probably get all or most of those Yetis onto something to pull behind you, but I don't believe you own a sleigh or a cart yet. The Goliaths are willing to trade some of the choicer pieces of the Yeti if you're willing to make that sort of investment.
Is that something we want to do?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Then she could pull
Do it.
pull you guys.
If could we swing like a dragon shaving, a bone shaving, not like a full bone, just like a shaving.
Well, you'd want the marrow, is what they made the soup out of.
I've given up on that. There's just no way I could do that. But I could possibly sell a dragon bone shaving thing.
So, let's see what we got here. So, give me a persuasion check for the dragon bone shavings bits. Did you have any cast-offs that might be worth saving? Yeah, there are some splintered bits that they are willing to give you in exchange for some of the cooler bits of the Yeti, the claws, the teeth, that sort of stuff. So they managed to get a trade up going there. Grilka, could I see a... Oh, it's just a sleigh and you know how much to pull, so that's fine. We'll work that part out for this trade up there. And then... catching up on all my notes. Cool. So I will work out the math for that for you, and then you will have your pelts and as much Yeti meat as remains for you heading back into town.
Casey?
Yep.
Could I roll a thing for that thing?
Sure.
Okay. Let me just roll that to you, and then we can move on.
Is this
Yep.
the damage you take in sunlight?
This is the sunlight
See,
damage.
this is why I don't leave you alone, as you can't fucking help.
Yep.
I mean, you didn't
Got it.
exactly clear yourself until like 3 days
But
ago.
I did though, and I just ate a shit ton of garlic.
All that garlic.
All
so-
jokes. He needs to calm down. So sensitive.
I mean, I guess it could have been leaks. You know,
Do you
maybe it wasn't
want
real garlic.
stealth or sleight of hand? Sleight of hand, right?
All right, I will say either is fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Cookie can't be trusted. That's right. It's all a distraction.
All the distraction. Oof. Oof indeed. So, the party heads out. The party does have some limited resistance to the cold as they set out, a few days remaining on that one. Could I have from the party each person roll me 1d12, and you would like to not see a 1. Awesome. And you are able to make it back to East Haven with your cart and such things in tow. East Haven is a boom town still. It is has that feel of explosive growth, even though it has basically ground to a halt just recently. It is on the south side of Lac Denizens, and all the signs are still freshly painted. They've got that extra bit of lacquer on them to make them shiny and keep the snow from sticking. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of stuff going on. The White Lady Inn is the nicest place to stay and has quite a bit of smoke and incense burning inside to push back the smell of the Knucklehead Trout processing plant nearby. The East Haven Ferry would normally offer you passage along the lake, but it is stuck, frozen shut. And there are enough folks here that they could start working on those cloaks for you. However, as the party has mentioned, they're a little light on funds. So, they're looking for things of worth, things of value. They're willing to take the furs for you and begin processing on them if you're able to come up with the cash, or if you are able to do the services. They will then sell you those furs if you are not in a reasonable amount of time, and they'll set the limit at 6 months. Then they will become their property, and they may sell them how they wish. The cost of having these cloaks made is 100 gold each.
How much can we get
Yikes.
for the rest of the carcasses, and if there's things that like we can do to make money or trade or hunt or etc.
Sure. There is lots of stuff that can be done. The meat for the carcasses, let's call that... are you presenting that as raw materials, basically hunks of meat, or are you presenting that as finished, prepared items a la the butcher's knife? So are we going more for your nature ability to just present, here's a nice carcass, or are you going for, we've also done some fancy cutting for you?
What
Do
do you
we touch
take me
cookie?
as? Come on.
I mean,
What do
some
you-
people
what do
like
you-
to do their own trimming. Some
what-
people prefer to
Do you
prepare.
not understand the kind of rigorous training I partook by the stout folk? They would have been cut up on the way back to the Goliath camp.
Okay. Individually flash frozen. So,
We're
who?
ready to sous vide them if we need to.
Okay, so who took responsibility for removing the big hunks of meat from the big hunks of bone? That would be something along the lines of a survival check.
Survive.
I
This
mean,
is a dexterous cut.
I would
No.
helped the
That's
small
second
one.
step. So first step is survival.
I'll
is-
help the
that is-
small one.
Okay. Let's see a survival check there. We want to increase the value of this meat.
I feel like I'm being targeted.
Well, if you
Uh,
would stop moving, it would be easier to cut this apart.
Were you helping or were you?
You sabotaging as per normal.
I,
If we could just do this when we stop. I don't know why we're doing it while we're moving. I feel like this is unnecessary.
so I'm going to say the
Fucking it all up.
materials with which Cookie has been provided are not up to his normal rigorous requirements. But Cookie,
Yeah.
can you recover from the rough cut off the bone that
Give me
took
some more
place there?
vampire jokes. See if that helps you.
I guess
Cookie,
you're just not used to sucking the blood after it's dead, huh?
Yeah, cooking tools or other such thing as you would like to apply?
Sure.
I
Just crap in, crap out. That's all I'm saying. You start with crap, you end with crap.
I mean, you guys present a lot of ground Yeti chubs. You're like, yep, I
No,
got
this is ground. This is good ground Yeti. It's the
good
best way to
ground
keep
Yeti.
it. It's the best way to keep it.
Yeah, it's the absolute, stays cold for months.
It's Yeti Tartar.
Delish. So, unfortunately, that's not a fantastic
No, it's quite bad.
effect. So,
Average.
what I will ask the party to do is I was looking to increase the die size here, but the die size has stayed steady. So each of you, please roll 1d20. That is how many gold pieces that you are able to assemble from these Yeti. Oh, you still bring the average up pretty good there. So we are somewhere in the neighborhood of 20, 37, 46, 54. 54 gold pieces worth of assorted Yeti bits are able to be sold by the time you make it back here, covering your food. And the East Haven is happy to have additional food in, so you do find places for that to be sold. You do also have a cart, sleigh, now available to you, which you can pull yourselves, or you could purchase dogs and equip that as a dog sled. So please make note, party has a dog sled but no dogs, and the 54 gold that they've acquired. There is now 3 cloaks of frost resistance in the works. They can purchase them, buy them out of hock at 100 gold pieces each. All
We have
right.
6 months for that.
And for up to 6 months.
Up to
Yep.
6.
You can buy them back as soon. They're willing to rush it through for you just as soon as you come back together with that one. And as far as things going on in town, I mean, they're willing to pay you some money if you want to go out ice breaking. The ferry hasn't been running, and that's a bit troublesome. But you wouldn't make much money that way, and there's a good chance you'd fall through the ice. Beyond that, there's a troublemaker in town. A dragonborn who runs the Wet Trout. Her name's Nemetra. The speaker of the town kind of pulls you aside. Says, look, she's a worshiper of Auril, has been for a long time. Hasn't really been an issue up till now, but what with all the trouble going on, having someone marching around saying we deserve it, well, it's a little bit of a bummer.
Is that illegal to be a bummer?
It's not, and that's why I can't do a whole lot about it. But if there's anything you could do to talk some sense into her, it'd be awful helpful.
Are we talking aggressive negotiations?
Well, I can't say that, and I don't want that. Hoping someone can actually just talk her around. She's been a good resident, pays her taxes, and she's really not doing anything wrong. But
Doesn't sound like the job that we would normally do. We tend to have the or else jobs. Like, you do this or else. There's
yeah,
not much or else for us.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate your forthrightness. And the person you're talking to is the speaker of the town, Daneth Whalen. Look, trying to think up, but really that's all the town needs at the moment. If anything can be done about all the nonsense going on, that'd be great. But can't really pay for that.
To be clear, did we need money to get the, like, were we short here, or could we possibly seek work at Cardin?
Oh, you could seek work anywhere. So you have up to 6 months from now to come up with you have 50 gold in your pocket right now to come up with another 50 gold to buy one, or up to the total of 300 gold to buy back all three.
Yeah, we're better than breaking ice and doing meat work. Let's go see what Care Denival has. But you guys are great, and coats, please. Love the town.
Great
Really
energy.
Nice tavern. It's not you, it's me. I'm just better than this.
Sure.
Yeah.
And with that, I think the party sets out for Care Denival. Is there anything else that I should know about before you set out? You do have a currently, empty aside from the party's equipment, dog sled pulling along behind you.
I don't think so. I mean, we don't have money to buy dogs. So.
No. But Grilka can pull if you guys want to ride.
Maybe we can get a yoke
she
made
could
for
pull
Grilka.
she could pull like 12,000
Promise, it's not
pounds.
permanent, Grilka.
Yeah.
You would-
Grilka, in
1,200
the most
pounds, not 12,000. A
in the
lot.
most respectful way possible, I'm going to push forward the proposal of getting a yoke for Grilka.
It's just a way for you to control the sled.
Yes.
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 It's more like a control harness, if you will.
And,
Harness
and,
is bad word, I think.
and the big bell I attach to it is simply just to locate it if it ever gets lost.
These are all things that might be fine, but probably aren't. And so, the party makes their way to Care Denival. I do need 1d12. You would prefer not to see a 1
That's
on
a
this
Grilka
d12.
roll.
I'm not rolling anymore.
Craig, that's all you,
Oh,
man.
alright, sure.
A
Nice.
9 is
Well
not
done.
a 12, and with that, the party makes their way over to Care Denival. Care Denival is a small town on a little inlet on the lake, and it has the little castle/keep for which it is named, the Care of Care Denival. There is a tavern, there is an inn that is currently closed, and there are a lot of shady-looking people moving about. Could I have from each of the party members a perception check, please?
Oh, joy.
You say perception?
A perception check, please.
Not bad, Bort.
Look at
Oh,
all the
we're doing
shiny
good.
things.
I
So
mean, that's
much
actually
shiny.
exactly what you're looking at. So as you are moving through the towns, you notice two types of folks. We'll call them townsfolk, that are moving about, just kind of keeping their eyes down, trying not to engage. And then you see some rather pompous-looking individuals strutting about. Each of those pompous-looking individuals are wearing a similar talisman about their neck, a sword made of a type of crystal. Does anyone in the party have any interest in crystals, metallurgy, stonework, that sort of thing?
I mean, I may as a dwarf.
You
So
may as a dwarf. May as a dwarf could, and you did have the perception. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and give it to you. There is a crystal found throughout Icewind Dale called Chardalin. It is a annoyance. It seems to crop up in the strangest of places. You'll be cleaning a fish, and a chunk of it will fall out. You'll take a scoop of snow, and you'll find that some of it doesn't melt because it's got one of these crystals in it. You'll be digging in the ground, and there's one right there. They are everywhere. Most of them are, only about an inch by an inch. They're just little square bits of fairly translucent looking crystals. But some of the larger ones are collected as knickknacks, but they've got a reputation for being unlucky. These particular individuals, however, are each wearing a sword-shaped amulet, hilt, crossguard, blade, of Chardalin, and the Chardalin seems to have a lot of black flecks within it. Either someone's coated it in ink to make it look black, or the crystal itself is black.
Bort will go up and ask the person, "Hey, that's a neat symbol around your neck. Can you tell me something about it?"
Oh, just right up to him. How about investigation, persuasion, something?
Sure, persuasion. Bort is
Persuasion.
personable.
Yeah, personable Bort.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, friend. I couldn't help but notice that.
Then you should know that you are speaking to a knight of the Black Sword. We are to be respected, feared,
Of course.
and obeyed.
Yes.
Excellent.
Of course.
I see you are wise in these ways.
Yes.
You will do well here.
Excellent.
What is your name?
I am Bort.
Excellent. Excellent. Bort. What a fortuitous name. My name is Huey.
Huey. A great and noble name as well.
Thank you. Now, Bort,
Yes.
what have you come to Caer Dineval for?
Stuff.
Jobs.
Jobs. I'll tell them we're traveling here to just making our way back to the town. I forgot the name already, and we're just looking to make some money, or if there's anything, we're just looking to make a few coin, traveling adventures. And is there anything special about the symbol?
Well, as a representative of the Black Sword, we have been tasked with caring for this town while Speaker Canuck is ill. Unfortunately, he's been struck down by an illness likely to do with the deprivations Auril has enacted in this area. Until he is better, I do not think we can let anyone approach. We've been doing our best to maintain peace in the town until he feels better.
Do you want me to cast, a healing spell on him? I may be able to do that.
Many healing spells have been tried already. We believe this is more a sickness of the soul.
I see. So if there's anything we can do, remember old Bort. Bort's my name. Bahamut is my game, but I'm here to help.
And at the Bahamut's my game, you see a little twitch from him, and he reaches out and he puts a hand on either side of your shoulder and kind of gives it that little shake and says, "Bort, when you reach a time of true need, remember, look for help. It may be offered and it may not come from the place that you seek. This Bahamut, in good days it may seem reasonable to worship him, but there are those who appear when you are in true need. Seek them out. Then he kind of lets you go. There's that crazy look in his eyes.
Okay, I'll forget you said that. I'm not going to say this to him. I'll just forget he said that last part. Yeah, I just chalk it up to his leader being in dire ill health, obviously. But praise be Bahamut and his vassal Big Alice.
Praise be. And so, party, what you doing there? You have access to the town, the inn, the tavern, and so on. The little landing for the ferry is frozen over long since. This one looks like it's even in worse condition than at the southern tip of the lake. There's a bit of an uphill climb to the castle itself, where it's it's a castle. It's stone, devoid of warmth and ostentation. It's just kind of squatting there atop the cliff, looking down on the town and the frozen harbor.
Were we told that the castle was where the Arcane Brotherhood thing might be, or just anywhere there?
You were under the impression it was the whole kind of town was,
Cool.
having the Arcane Brotherhood.
They're cool guys. Okay.
Yeah, so 1 + 1 equals maybe those guys.
Okay, so I guess Real spend time at the tavern, just trying to make connections, and probably being stealthier than he needs to be.
Sure.
You cool? Make the symbol of the Arcane Brotherhood, or Davina, Danuta sent me. Face all
Danica?
smashed. Yeah, that one. Danica.
Uh,
I'll just hold up a sign like I'm picking somebody up from the airport. Danica?
So the tavern owner is who you're talking to, or who are we trying this one on?
Anybody that is in the tavern.
We're just broadcasting it.
Yeah, I'll just sit at the bar, and then anybody that even looks slightly in my direction, I'll go scoot over and talk to them.
That's always a good approach.
So the fella serving the drinks is named Rourke, and Rourke sort of looks at you. Aha. I don't know what you're doing, but as long as you pay.
But stop immediately.
So, you get served up. Can I help you with something?
We're here. We're part of the group.
Are we though?
I mean, we're cool with the group. The group's cool with us. We just need to
All
speak
right.
to somebody.
Aha.
Know some things. If you know what I mean.
I don't.
I mean, neither do I really, but I feel like I will once I talk to the right person. So if you could just point me
Aha.
in the right direction of the Hood of Brothers. Wink.
Well, Speaker Cranach is in charge of most of the business dealings. That's the Hood you're looking for. And he's said to not be doing well. He's been holed up in the care for a time now. The Knights of the Black Sword have been taking care of things in the meanwhile. Seems a little odd, but we've had odder.
I have had otter as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
little
don't
bit
fucking
stringer.
say that out. Oh god.
They're so cute but so tender. I feel so guilty for eating them. Anyway,
Oily. They're a bit oily.
what's his name?
So Rourke is the tavern owner at the uphill climb. The climb is famous for their chowder. Chowder. At the moment, the wine that they're serving is a bit watered. And unfortunately, with the speaker out of commission, no one's been ordering new wine.
Ooh,
Nope,
this
can't-
this town is taking on a Boston accent, huh?
Boston.
Yes, trying for the Boston. Can't do it. Chowder, god damn it.
I like how Casey's
Look,
accent is
Kennedy
changing
now.
every third word.
Not one that I do.
Ask not what you do for your chowder.
That
Ask
is
not what
also
we would
terrible.
do for your chowder. Ask
okay,
what your chowder will do for you.
Cookie's accent comes and goes too, so it's fine.
And same here.
Yeah, we're all in and out,
So I want to ask him about the Black Sword. I want to get information, any other information on the Black Sword. They seem pretty zealous. I don't know, weird.
Would you say they're overly, or just
Overly.
a little more than usual?
Moderate to overly zealous. Like a more dangerous Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe.
We don't get too many of the black sword type in here. Nope, can't do it. What do you want to know about them? They've got the black swords, and they speak for the speaker.
I mean, what's their alignment? Are they
Didn't you say it was weird they were protecting you?
good-ish?
Well, it's weird that they cropped up as fast as they did.
I mean,
Up.
why?
Well, normally we would just raise our own military mercenary forces. We have a town guard. They were just fine, but Speaker Crannock apparently decided that they needed more forces, so brought in the Black Sword. I have no idea where this guy's from now. He's trying to match your accents. He's just trying to be friendly.
All right then. So something nefarious. So what happened to Speaker Crannock? Any rumors about what he's afflicted with, or is it?
Can't say. Not a medical man myself. Just he came down with it a few weeks ago, round about the time that the sacrifices were declared. Said they brought in the Black Sword to quell any trouble and make sure no one's taken advantage of. Everyone obeys the law.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been that way since. And
All
that
right.
matches up roughly, couple of weeks back, 30 or so days back. That's when you heard about it, and the math is there.
Sure, everything seems above board. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Casey's throwing us a lot of clues for plot points, too, Something Black Sword bad.
A reasonable deduction.
Yeah. Bort, being the faithful Bahamut devotee that he is, going to try to find out more about the Black Sword and see if... Actually, can I just make a religion check to see if anything?
Sure. Let's
pings on
try a
radar?
little religion.
All right, here's a solid 0 going into this. Yeah, got nothing.
Yeah, after thorough investigation, you've concluded that the Black Sword folks probably don't worship Bahamut.
Probably not.
Or his vassal Big Alice. And
They sh-
after that, it's just such an unbelievable pile of nonsense.
Yeah, it's just my eyes glaze over.
Would anyone else like to pursue perhaps history or other such thing?
My history's just as bad.
My -2.
I know lots of things.
Okay.
This I'm kind of foggy on.
Not bad.
Athy's typing something.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
My computer's being real slow suddenly.
Oh, no worries. So as you all kind of put your heads together about this, the Black Swords, you've heard of isolated incidents where someone who claimed to be a knight of the black sword was moving about the 10 towns, so it's not entirely unknown to you. They do worship someone a bit nefarious, but you can't put your finger on it right now. You're pretty sure it was one of the darker gods, maybe a demon, maybe a devil, something pretty shady, but they didn't seem to do anything bad. Like, it's not like, oh, these people were sacrificing babies recently. It's just something some people did to get by. And that's kind of where you're at the moment, between the three of you putting your heads together.
So we know the bad news, just not exactly why.
Yeah, it's yeah. Any angle that you're trying to approach on? Nope. Sin. Mute. Running away. Cat attack. Something has happened. In the meanwhile. So I think that's where the party sits at the moment. Investigating around the tavern. You hear that they're maybe a little heavy-handed. Maybe a little short with the folks that break the new laws that are being rolled out. But those laws are in keeping with the sacrifice, Caer Dineval is sacrificing food. So, they are gathering up the food, and come last new moon, it was set out, and the crag cats, yetis, and other such creatures of the cold and dark came and got it. Everybody's a bit hungry, but it seemed mostly fair. It doesn't seem like the black swords are taking more than their fair share of the remaining stores. Additional investigation, you might have to corner one of the black swords themselves, or head up to the castle itself and go knocking on the door.
I mean, to be fair, we're pretty tacitly okay with human sacrifice to a god that we don't believe in. So, meh. On the scale of things, this doesn't seem terrible.
I mean, they're not like blah eviling up the place.
No, but maybe they made the person in charge sick so they could be the ones in charge. Since they are bad, and that is a bad thing that bad people do.
This is 100% accurate. It would be very bad to take over a location by force and then insist that people obey you just because you happen to be the eldest child of the person who took over by force. Because that's not how this entire world works. But go on.
Everything is screaming at me to kill the black swords, get rid of the black swords, purge the town of the black swords, right? But drink the blood of the black swords.
Yeah,
That's maybe not the normal
rip out their spine and wear it as a crown.
I don't think we're there yet, but it's not like I have much better things to do.
I mean, Bort is just putting together an idea board right now with like red yarn and.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Look, you guys have placated me in my food quests. Who am I to say that what you are feeling is so wrong?
We are here to make money. They are not making us money.
She does bring up a good point. If you know how to do something, you shouldn't do it for free.
It's true. So what do you say? Do you want to corner one of these black swords, but then we have to make sure he doesn't speak? Or they don't speak. I don't want to assume gender.
Take their tongue.
I mean, I don't think Bahamut will look kindly on that.
Shrugs.
But there are no bad ideas. There are no bad ideas. Sorry, character voice. I like
So as you're sort of talking it over, and you
quietly talking it over.
quietly talking it over, and every once in a while, you check in with Rourke, or Rourke comes over to deliver some food. I think I heard that you were asking about so you were looking for work. Well, there is some trouble going on down at Denev's Rest. It's the old inn. Been boarded up for a while. The place has had folks moving about down there, and a couple of our folks have gone missing. We think the two are related, but since the Black Sword showed up, everything's kind of settled down, but the place is still a bit unnerving.
I'm down. Yeah.
If someone be willing to look into it, that might be helpful. And we could pass the hat and come up with a couple of gold for you. Something to the tune of 15 gold pieces for clearing out the inn.
It's more gold pieces than we have now.
I mean, I feel like, up to 20, that's 5 for
How about a persuasion check there?
I'm just cheap. Not that. Hey! Right. Nice round number. I like the zeros.
How about we call it 20, and I'll take the cost of your food and drinks off of it, pay you 16.
Deal.
Sure. So after a little bit of negotiation, you do manage to get an extra gold piece out of them. And I think we'll save that part of the adventure for next week and give the party time to settle in, also time to find our druid. And, then the decisions will come on the morrow. Whether to head to Denev's Rest, the closed and boarded up inn, to do some investigating and clearing out of whatever is hanging out and about in there, or to go up to the Care itself, where the Black Swords are taking care of the town and acting as the local militia. Questions, comments, concerns?
So 3 Yetis, is that level 6?
3 Yetis is not quite a level yet.
Would have been if we had 4.
Would have been if you'd had 4. You would have been leveling up right now.
Who rolled that, though?
Not quite. Could have been as many as 5. Could have been as few as 1. But magic items are in development. Just need to find yourself some money up here in the frozen north.
Money.
It is hard to make money. If only there was
1 gold.
You did successfully for 1 gold.
And food. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, you got. It's room and board, so it covers your stay, it covers your food and your drink, the wine, plus water. And that's where we'll pick up next week. Congratulations, the party has recovered from their mummy rot. They have found out a little bit more about the Arcane Brotherhood and achieved some resistances to cold via potions and potentially via cloaks. They enjoyed the immunity while wrestling with some yetis, and now we are dealing with the potential trouble in Caer Dineval. And we'll pick back up there now. If we're still online, let's drop offline because I want to ask about schedules, because I know we've got 1 or 2 people
Okay,
missing